Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destiny. Today we're going to be taking a look at all the future War Cult guns from Rise of Iron. Going to go over each weapon, talk about it, talk about what I think about the talents for the vendor versions, and then if I have any of these guns that I've done videos on, there will be links in the description, so click those links if you want to take a look at the guns in detail. But right now we're going to look at the vendor versions, talk about each one, and see which ones I prefer. So I've heard good things about a couple of these guns, and we're going to take a look at each one individually. We will look at the armor in a different video, but right now we're just focusing on the guns. So let's start with the hand cannon, the Wail, a personal firearm named and sanctified by the future War Cult's leaders. So this is a mid to low impact, mid to low rate of fire, mid to high impact hand cannon. Good range, okay reload, good stability. Comes with the steady hand IS, the fast draw IS, and the quick draw IS sights. Has armor piercing rounds, hip fire, hammer forged, third eye, and firefly. Another Firefly future War Cult hand cannon. Hopefully that doesn't crash your game, but whatever. It does have hammer forge, does have hip fire, so it's got good range. You'll be able to fire from the hip. Third eye is useful. Armor piercing on a hand cannon, not so much. Firefly is good on a hand cannon because I like getting the headshots, watching the PvE enemies pop and explode, and then moving to the next one. So it's kind of a mishmash here of PvP and PvE talents. I would probably go hip fire, hammer forge, firefly if I was going to pick it up, but there's other hand cannon options, especially in this archetype, so I probably wouldn't worry too much about this hand cannon. If you get one with a good stat roll from a package, that would be good, but I'd probably look at some other guns, maybe the Crucible Palindrome. Next we have the Waltz, a burst fire weapon named and sanctified by the future War Cult's leaders. Now I've been told this is a very good pulse rifle. It is it's kind of a low impact, high rate of fire pulse rifle with good stability. It's got the red dot, the steady hand, and the OEG scope. It does have armor piercing, lightweight, perfect balance, eye of the storm, and rangefinder. So I'd probably run the top three, or maybe lightweight, perfect balance, rangefinder for an interesting PvP talent setup. So it would have good stability, pretty good long range, and with lightweight you'll be moving around a lot. So interesting combination of talents, would be effective. The archetype's pretty useful in PvP and PvE. So good solid pulse rifle. Nothing that screams you gotta buy this gun right now, but it's solid. It's solid. Next we have the Waiting, an advanced energy weapon named and sanctified by the future War Cult's leaders. This is a low charge rate, high impact fusion rifle. It's not the highest that it can get to, but it's pretty close. Good range, good stability, slow-ish reload. Comes with a reflex sight, red dot, and OEG. It has accelerated coils, which is nice, but it does reduce your impact. Hip fire, perfect balance, knee pads, and rangefinder. So accelerated coils, perfect balance, and rangefinder are all your friend on this gun, because rangefinder will negate the accelerated. Well, no, you'll get faster charge rate, good range, and perfect balance. For some reason I was thinking rangefinder would give you back the impact, but that's not right. I don't know where I got that. We got accelerated coils, perfect balance, and rangefinder. Those are all talents that you want on a fusion rifle. Make it a little bit quick firing. Maybe leave it on hip fire and just perfect balance and rangefinder. I don't know. Kind of some fighting talents here. Hip fire and rangefinder kind of fighting against each other, but maybe they would be useful in different situations. So interesting fusion rifle. Let me know if you've got one, if you're using it. What do you think about it? Next, the Wounded Scout Rifle, a marksman weapon named and sanctified by future War Cult's leaders. So we have a mid-impact, mid-rate of fire scout rifle with good range, stability, and reload. It comes with the reflex sight, which I really like these on scout rifles, these reflex sights. The ranged lens and the reflex. It has high caliber rounds, quick draw, perfect balance, outlaw, and zen moment. Outlaw and zen moment are talents on scout rifles that I really like. Quick draw could be good. High caliber rounds could be really good, because if you're in PvP, use these to stagger people, and use perfect balance and zen moment. If you're in PvE, do quick draw, outlaw, and zen moment for switching around, getting the headshots. So both look very good. This is a very good scout rifle. I can definitely recommend picking this one up if you need a good scout rifle that could do both PvE and PvP competently. So the Wounded is very good. Next, the Wormwood sidearm, a personal firearm named and sanctified by the future War Cult's leaders. I laughed at the name because that's just a funny name to me for some reason. So this is a high impact sidearm. Lower rate of fire, you can see the mag size is 12, which kind of denotes high impact sidearm. It is arc damage. I'm going to check something here, guys. Are they all arc damage? They are. That's very interesting. Wonder why they did that. Each faction has its own damage class. So these future war cults arc, Dead Orbit's void, New Monarchy is solar. So the Wormwood comes with the true sight, the fast draw, and the quick draw. It has high caliber rounds, quick draw, hand loaded, Zen moment, and hidden hand. I wonder how Zen moment and hidden hand would play together on a sidearm like this with the low rate of fire, high impact. Interested to see. This is kind of an archetype that I may have used, but I don't know it because they have changed how the stat bars look. So interesting combination here. Let me know if you've picked this one up, guys. I'm interested in this one. Can't say it's amazing, but it looks pretty interesting, pretty good. Quick draw, Zen moment, hidden hand. I want to know how hidden hand works out on a sidearm, if it's pretty good or not. And then finally, we have the Warpath rocket launcher, a high impact weapon named and sanctified by the future war cult's leaders. It is arc. It has confined launch, linear compensator, countermass. It's large blast radius, low velocity. So tracking on this, I actually like it. I like this with tracking because it has time to slow down and take that turn. It's not going to fly right past the target. Flared Magwell snapshot, heavy payload, battle runner, and tracking. So heavy payload is going to put you at max blast radius. Very interesting. Very interesting. With Flared Magwell, it is 2 in the mag. Linear compensator will give you a little bit more velocity, and so will counter mass. Honestly, with tracking, I'd leave it on the low velocity and get the most blast radius you could, and go with heavy payload. So there you go, guys. That's the future war cult's weapons. Let me know if you picked any up, what you think about them, which ones are your favorite, and which ones you want me to take a look at. So until then, I'm Death from Above. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. See you, bye.